Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that right now. Hit that subscribe button right below. All right, let's go. Buffalo Bills get the win in Pittsburgh, 26-7. It was 7-3 at the half. Aaron Rodgers coming back with his hand injury, playing with a cast. First play from scrimmage in the second half. Kind of holds the ball a little bit too long. Strip sacked, touchdown for the Bills. They took the lead and never looked back. They ran for 249, which was harped on quite a bit by Jim Nantz at the end of the broadcast. I don't know how significant it is, but it's the largest rushing yard total in the history of Acrisure/Heinz Field.
From a road team. He was specifying
from a road
that, which always annoys the crap out of me because the corresponding question I always have is, well, what's the home record? How many yards of Pittsburgh rushed for in that stadium? If this is a road-specific record.
Now, all this is true, but I'm pretty sure Fred Taylor himself ran for 234 all by himself back in 2000. We all remember that game.
Of course.
Sunday Night Football, Jags Steelers. I think he ran for 234. Maybe that was all of his scrimmage yards. But it was 249 yards for Buffalo.
And
so
also,
they ran all over Pittsburgh. And all that said, like, it was still a pretty close game for most of it.
And, 230 is less than 240-something, so he could have done that.
Well,
and
no one else helped.
Record.
Like, it wasn't like Stacey Mack wasn't out there.
Right, I'm just saying that's not
grabbing the other 20.
Those two aren't mutually exclusive. Fred Taylor could have run for 230, but this still be higher because it was 249.
I'm just saying Fred was like, he's better than James Cook. And this, I mean, I guess the game was only close because Allen throws an interception on their first possession.
Yep.
James Cook fumbles. And, turnovers kind of kept the Steelers in it, but they couldn't get anything going offensively in this one.
It was wild. Like, right from the get-go, the Bills were able to run the ball at will. Remember, they came into this game missing both starting offensive tackles. Poor old Jason Garrett was at a loss to explain how. How is this happening with Buffalo down both their offensive tackles and all those edge rushers from Pittsburgh? Like you just haven't watched the Steelers this year. Like, yeah. We've been asking that all year. Where are these edge rushers that are supposed to be game-changing every single game? And T.J. Watt is out here telling you, like, we just don't have a good defensive unit the way we're supposed to. That's the case. The Steelers' defense has not been what it was expected to be. And so, okay, yes, even going up against Buffalo's backup offensive tackles, you would have expected that to really kick into high gear. But that gets negated when they're just running the ball at will. Like, immediately, they're just blowing gaps left, right, and center. James Cook's turning every inside zone run into 10 yards on the backside. And that never stopped. Okay, James Cook fumbles. There's an interception when Allen actually tries to throw the ball. But, like, if they just run the ball every play, like, they could have run a Georgia Tech Service Academy offense, triple option, and just racked up 350 yards and never put the ball in the air.
Cook just kept bouncing it outside.
Yeah.
Over and over again. So he goes 32 for 144. Ray Davis had a couple big runs early on, too. 62 yards for him. And then, of course, Josh Allen, who broke the quarterback rushing touchdown record, broke the Cam Newton record. So he had a touchdown, 38 yards for him. The Steelers didn't have many answers for that. And the only chance that their only score came on a, 39-yard drive after the fumble, after James Cook fumble in the first half. The 39-yard drive, that was their second longest drive. They also had a 57-yard drive where they got stopped on fourth down. There's just so much wrong. Let me just talk about the Steelers for a minute. There's just so much wrong with the Steelers generally. Okay. You've got Rodgers after the game throwing receivers under the bus. Like he supposedly changed Jonnu Smith's route, threw it. Jonnu ran the other way, so he was pissed off about that. There was an early overthrow against Roman Wilson. You can never really tell who, like when Rodgers is like making hand gestures after, if he's mad at someone else or himself. But he missed. It's really windy. Like we're up to 50-mile-an-hour winds in this game. So he misses Roman Wilson seemingly by a mile, but Wilson could have taken it more to the sideline. Then you just have a couple plays for the Steelers. It's 3rd and 9 at one point in their own territory, but like close enough where it might be 4-down territory in the game flow where their offense stinks. And they just run it on 3rd and 9, pick up 7 to make it 4th and 2, and just run off the field and punt like it's 2004, right? And then they finally put together a drive. It's the end of the game, 57 yards, and it's 4th and short, and they just run it into the teeth of the Buffalo defense and get stopped. And there's just no life. There's no anything from the Steelers. They can't pass it, they can't run it, and their defense is just underachieving unless every 3 weeks, they're like 6 turnover game against Indy.
Yeah.
There's the pass rush. every 3 weeks,
but this is not
they look pretty good defensively.
It's not a defense that should be, if they're generating a ton of turnovers, it should be because they're getting pressure like 60% of the time. That's not what's happening. Like, they have these games randomly where they put together a ton of turnovers, but like, this defense should be one of the most potent pass rushers in the NFL, and it isn't, and hasn't been all year.
And then from a Buffalo perspective, yeah, extremely impressive that they could run like they did, missing Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown, two very good tackles. They're good all-around tackles, pass pro, run game, especially Brown in the run game. I mean, they're both really good run blockers. They're really good at everything. But Buffalo comes out, just playing bully ball, pretty much, with Ryan Vandemark at tackle, with Alec Anderson, who has moved from center to guard to tackle. Like, they're just – it's interesting in Buffalo because they've had probably the best offensive line continuity over the last few years. Yes. Very few injuries. And now they're sitting there with no tackles, and they run for 240 in this game and have a couple key pass plays from Allen as well, including a 4th down touchdown to Keon Coleman, which essentially sealed it. But I would just say really, really impressive job by Buffalo. Conditions were a factor. It's why you couldn't pass, right? So that's the other thing. If you're Pittsburgh, like, there's 30 to 50 mile an hour winds in this game.
Right.
And the Buffalo already doesn't have a good downfield passing attack. Who's scaring you behind the defense for Buffalo?
And your quarterback is geriatric and hurt.
Yeah, so like, stop the run.
Right.
If you're Pittsburgh.
Like that's
what's most embarrassing for Pittsburgh, I would say, is that yes, Josh Allen has a cannon for an arm and throws the ball down the field as well as anybody. But this year, they don't have downfield threats. Their offense has been very much, we're going to run the ball, we're going to throw a little screen pass, which Pittsburgh was all over a couple times. Like, crowd the box and say, okay, Keon Coleman, create some separation, beat us down the field. And they did it. Buffalo just ran the ball like crazy and controlled the ball for about 40 minutes. Pittsburgh ran 40 plays in this game on offense. I think too late in garbage time to make it 42. 40 plays.
TJ Watt said he'd never seen a team run the same play as many times as Buffalo did in a game and still have success with it. Like, that's the thing. They weren't even emptying the playbook and just deploying like every exotic run they've ever thought of. They were just running the same thing over and over and over and over again, and the Steelers' defense was just crapping itself over and over and over and over again. The way the way Pittsburgh was talking after this game, TJ Watt, Rodgers, Tomlin, they're going to have a week of serious come-to-Jesus meetings. Like, the season is right on the brink of spiraling out of control. Obviously, because Tomlin's there, you're still at like 500, and you may still have a winning record, but like, you just lost control of the division. You're not getting it back because you lost as well. The Bengals are all of a sudden a factor. The Ravens are a factor. You're a factor. But like, this thing with Aaron Rodgers, if you want that to work, I mean, you've got to get yourself together, particularly on defense. I mean, I think the offense may be capped in terms of what it can do, but this defense should not be having a performance like that. There's just no viable excuse for that.
No, I agree. It's ugly in Pittsburgh. I mean, I think people are upset with Tomlin, the defense, the whole deal, right? They're calibrated to be mid. That's what they are. Calibrated to be mid. Buffalo, I'm still not out on them. They're 8-4 now. This is going to be a fascinating playoff run.
Yeah.
If I'm Buffalo, I'm grabbing the pom-poms and saying, go Texans.
Sure.
Next Sunday night.
Well, that doesn't, yeah. They're in a catch-22 where obviously you want the Chiefs to be eliminated, but Houston is the next team on the wild card chase. So them winning isn't great for Buffalo.
No, I get it. I'm saying go Texans, knock the Chiefs out, and Buffalo is going to be a 6 or a 7 seed, and I trust them more than any other playoff team. That's just where I am.
I don't know if I trust them more than any other, but I think they're in
the category. Who do you trust in the AFC?
I don't trust anybody, but I think that they're in the category of anybody can make a run in that conference.
I got them more likely to make a run because I don't think they're going to have. Did you see they had like the turnover breakdown? It was like 3 games of 0, 2 games of 6, 3 games of 0, 2 games of 10. Like, it's just, don't turn it over. And even in this game, they overcame they overcame multiple turnovers in this game because Pittsburgh's offense was so bad. But
yep.
Aaron Rodgers got hurt on that play in which he got sacked.
He's never looked older than that play, by the way. Gets up, like, holding his injured arm, bloody nose, like old man getting hit in the face. Like, it just, that kind of felt sorry for him there. Like,
did you send me the tweet about what he looked like?
No.
Oh, shoot, I sent it. I gotta drop it into, we should put it up.
But he just looked like an old sad man on that play.
Hagel, how quickly can you get these tweets up?
It was pretty rough.
Oh, I just found it randomly.
Perfect.
You'll get it. Talk more about the game while I'm getting this going.
There's just not much more to say about the game. We've kind of exhausted it. Yeah, I mean, Buffalo, that was an impressive performance, but I think Buffalo's problems show up against teams that aren't Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh they're not a good team. That's why they've lost control of that division.
This is worth pulling up because Rodgers, he gets sacked on that play.
That is a good tweet.
He's got a bloody nose, maybe a broken nose. He comes out. Mason Rudolph comes in, throws an interception, and that was the game. That was pretty much it. Buffalo straight up controlled it after that. This was from a Boston satire site that said, if we can get the picture up, Aaron Rodgers looks like he tried to rob Kevin McAllister's house. Picture of him with his hat, bloodied nose, sad, old. Steelers moved to 6-6.
Yeah.
'Tis the season. Do not rob Kevin McAllister's house. So the Steelers are 6-6, ready for the showdown next week against the Ravens. A couple teams stumbling in to this first place matchup next week. Ravens Steelers that we've been talking about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo 8-4, and the number 7 seed as of right now.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
For that game.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.